Will here. Hope everyone's doing well with this extended time at home with families. Some of us are not with our families but are connecting well still and taking this time to come inside and kind of clean house, get a spring cleaning going on, if you will. It's an optimum time to be changing and clearing old stuff out metaphorically and in real life in the physical realm. As well as spiritually. So I want to share today with you another form of meditation. This one will be a standing meditation. This is called Qigong, or it's one of the styles of Qigong. There are many. And Qigong translates to energy work. Qi is energy, Gong is work. It's about 8,000 years old and exists in lots of different cultures, but originally developed in China. It was noticed that the shamans, or the ones who did the dancing or the Qigong, the movement work, the energy work, were the healthiest in the tribe. So that's kind of where this came from. Today, what I'm going to share with you is called bone breathing Qigong. It's a particular style that enhances the immunity through bringing Qi, or energy, into the bone structure. It grows and builds healthy blood, red blood cells and white blood cells, and therefore leads to immunity. Those T1 cells are boosted and enhanced, and now we can gain overall immunity from this. I'm going to share a pic with you now so you can read a little bit more about it and get a structural visual on what the skeletal system looks like. Okay, everyone, so we're going to talk about a few key points on posture and position for bone breathing Qigong. So in my mind, what I'm thinking about is my fingertips and the tips of my toes like straws. I'm pretending they're like straws. They're sucking this Qi, or this earth energy, this universal energy, in to the fingertips and the toes. So that's kind of the first visualization I'm going to give myself. I'm going to stand with my feet just outside the hips, and I'm going to start with an arm movement that is palms up on the inhale, coming to about chest level, palms down on the exhale. Ending that exhale when I end with that arm extension to the bottom. Then I'll reverse, palms up, inhale, palms down, exhale. Now as I begin this meditation, this moving Qigong, I'm already thinking about, on the exhale, releasing and letting go any stagnant energy in the system, anything that's unwanted, anything that feels stale or old or kind of gray. I'm going to let that go in the exhale. So I'll show you an inhale and exhale. Nice, slow, relaxed breaths. A couple things I want to pay attention to. I'm going to give you a side view here. Is on the inhale, I'm starting with a little knee bend and I'm rising, slowly hitting that knee extension just as I hit the top of the exhale. And then as I flip my palms over and exhale, I'm going to drop and sink a little bit throughout that exhale. Another two things I'm thinking about: my tailbone being tucked and my rib cage down, my shoulders relaxed. I'll show you a few from the side. Staying rooted in the feet. Thinking about those straws. Letting go on the exhale. Drawing in that pure, clean energy on the inhale. And I'm going to insert another picture here so you guys can get another visual from a structural diagram of what that looks like and what that visual can be. Okay guys, so now that you have a visual on what the visualization looks like, what the movement pattern looks like, we're going to start this meditation. And you can do this meditation for as long as you like, anywhere from 3-6 minutes all the way up to half an hour, or lots of time can be spent in this position. You'll kind of get a vibe for it and you'll get into it. So stay there as long as it's right, as long as you have time for. And I'll show you a closer at the end of this as well. Before you finish, you want to close with the particular movement. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start the meditation. Since we have the posture, inhaling through the tips of the fingers and the toes, we're going to start By concentrating on the hands and the wrists, slowly moving up on the inhale into each series of bones, through the arms, all the way up into the shoulders, the chest, the collarbone, with each inhale, and exhaling, letting go of any of that old stale energy from that same muscle group. So each breath takes me from my fingers up into a little bit higher section of the bones. Then once we have our arms, chest, rib cage full, we're going to move our intention down to the toes, and we'll draw it in from the toes, up the shins, the femurs, into the hips and the hip girdle, all those bones that you saw in that first picture. And once we have the upper body and lower body done, then we'll be doing the whole body at the same time. So in from the fingertips and the toes at the same time, feeling all the bones expand, exhale, contract the bones, letting go of any of that stale energy. And here's where we're really in the vibe, really in the groove with this meditation. We're going to spend some time here with the whole body breathing from the bones out. See the bones gathering that chi. See the stale energy, exhale, then let go. Sinking a little on the exhale, rooting in the feet. Pulling and drawing that energy in. On the inhale. Exhale, compress and squeeze the bones. Inhale, scoop and draw. And as I mentioned, stay there as long as you like. It feels amazing. So you'll probably get into a kind of a trance, really feeling that energy, and go bone by bone. If there's a particular bone that you know needs a little work, has an old injury or something you want to spend a little extra time on, stay there, stay in that space. Work through the whole body, focusing on fingers and then toes, legs and arms, the different groups, or up top and bottom of the body at once. So now that we're nearing the end of our practice, or our standing Qigong, this bone breathing Qigong, I'll show you how to close and how to draw that energy into what's called the Dantian, or the major energy center that we store our energy in the body. So we always want to, after practice, bring that energy in and condense so that we can keep it and maintain it for the future, keep it for when it's needed. And so we finished by inhaling and exhaling. We've stood here, rising and falling for a certain amount of time, whatever you have time or feels right for you. And we're going to finish on an exhale. So we inhale, exhale and sink. We're going to bring the hands to the Dantian. For men, it's left hand under right hand, palms together. So you want the palms to overlap. For women, it's right hand and then left hand on top. Once I have my palms in place, I'm going to circle around the Dantian, which is just below the navel, about 3 inches, and in the center of the body. So my intention is drawing and pulling all that energy I've circulated from the bones, that's emanating from the bones into the skin, pulling it into the Dantian. So I'll circle 6 times clockwise, and then 6 times counterclockwise. And that will seal that chi, seal that energy in, that major energy center, and store it for later, keeping it safe, protecting it, and having it when it's necessary. That's bone breathing Qigong, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions. I'm going to insert one last pic here so you can get a feel for what the fingers and toes, full body breath looks like and feels like. And enjoy your practice, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome week.